What is up, everybody? Tony here, and we are just weeks away from the gaming equivalent of Christmas morning. It's E3 season, and Strong Style Gaming Network's E3 2018 coverage begins now. Going into E3 every year, speculation and the insane dreams of fanboys run rampant on social media and message boards all around the world. We always seem to have just the right amount of confirmed titles, in addition to leaks from trusted sources to get everyone's blood pumping for the big show. With these preview videos, I'm going to pick out 5 major points for each of the big 3 console makers. Some of these points will explore games that have already been confirmed, others will be based on leaks, and others will be completely made up predictions on my part. So let's get on that E3 hype train and have some fun. Today, we're taking a look at Sony. Despite both competitors releasing new hardware over the last year, Sony and PS4 still solidly sit in first place this console generation. PS4s continue to sell like crazy, the games keep coming, and PS4 fans just got to enjoy God of War, a first-party exclusive that is an early contender for Game of the Year. So, what does Sony have to do at E3? Well, they don't really have to do anything. They have the industry by the balls. But, as I look at my notes here, they don't seem satisfied just sitting back and relaxing in first place. Sony has already confirmed some absolute bangers for E3 2018 from their first-party teams. I'm talking like Game of the Generation contenders here. And I think it's pretty safe to say that their third-party partners are going to show up with some big games as well. So let's get right into the 5 things that I hope define Sony's presence at E3 2018.
The New Age of Heroes.
The year is 2018. Superheroes rule the world. Marvel is pretty much the hottest brand on the planet, coming off the hype of Avengers Infinity War, and Sony is completely taking advantage of that by making PS4 the place to play the best Marvel games. We've seen a ton of the new PS4 exclusive Spider-Man game, and that looks to be the best and most polished Spider-Man game of all time. Though I don't think it'll actually top Spider-Man 2 in the end, but anyways.
Pizza time.
However, the Marvel title that really has me excited is the newly announced Avengers project from Crystal Dynamics, which is the team behind the new Tomb Raider games. While we've only seen this brief teaser for the game so far, it seems like Square Enix is not wasting their opportunity with the biggest movie IP in the world today, as reports have come out that Square is beefing up Crystal Dynamics by hiring former talent from Naughty Dog and Visceral Games. At this point, it seems clear that this Avengers title will be a AAA narrative-driven third-person action game similar to Tomb Raider, God of War, or Batman Arkham Asylum. Speaking of Arkham Asylum, I don't think it'll just be Marvel making an impression this E3. Rocksteady Studios has been silently at work on something since the release of Batman Arkham Knight in 2015. It's been 3 years and rumors have been running rampant about what exactly they've been working on all this time. After the success of the Arkham trilogy, you have to assume they'll continue to work with a DC property on their next project. Again, consider how hot the superhero genre is right now. Will it be the much-rumored Superman game? Could it be Wonder Woman? Or better yet, maybe they'll just say, screw it, we'll do all of them and make a Justice League game. Could you imagine seeing both a big-time AAA Avengers and Justice League game revealed at E3? I can totally see it happening.
Death Stranding.
Hideo Kojima's Death Stranding will be one of the first-party Sony games that will have a major focus this E3. We've seen cryptic teaser trailer after cryptic teaser trailer, but now it looks like we're finally going to get our first good look at some gameplay from Kojima's mysterious new game. The vibe I feel with this game going into E3 is very similar to the one I had with Metal Gear Solid 2 back in 2000. Now, I'm sure many of you watching this weren't even alive back then, but to sum things up quickly, the hype for MGS2 was out of control, and Kojima the God dropped a 10-minute trailer that has gone down in history as one of the greatest video game trailers of all time. They even made a documentary based on the trailer where they just talked to people who attended E3 2000, and everyone was just shook because it was so sick. No pressure, Kojima-san, but I'm kind of expecting the same thing here in 2018 with Death Stranding. It would not surprise me if the game walked away with a bunch of Game of the Show awards. However,
The Last of Us Part 2.
If anyone can compete with Kojima when it comes to a cinematic gaming experience, it's probably the wizards at Naughty Dog with their follow-up to one of the greatest games of last generation. Things have been relatively quiet regarding The Last of Us Part 2. Since its announcement at the PlayStation Experience in 2016, the game went unseen until Paris Games Week 2017, where the second trailer was shown. Now, Sony has announced that it will be one of the major first-party titles focused on at this year's E3. I fully expect a new trailer and our first glimpse at some actual gameplay. There's a good chance The Last of Us 2 will be the greatest looking video game of all time. So I'm super hyped to finally see some of that live gameplay on Sony's E3 stage.
Capcom segment of dreams.
Capcom has had a rough time this generation, to say the least, but they finally managed to get a clear W with Monster Hunter World earlier this year. Coming off this massive success, they are definitely going to want to keep that positive momentum going strong. And what better way to do that with not one, but two of their major franchises? I mean, if you look at Capcom's upcoming release schedule, it's literally all ports, with the sole exception being Mega Man 11. I think it's pretty obvious that Capcom is sitting on some big titles, and E3 2018 is the right time for them to show their cards. The Resident Evil 2 remake was officially announced back in August of 2015. Of course, Resident Evil 7 took priority during that time, but with the game out and all of its DLC released, the time is now for the focus to shift to the RE2 remake. Some leaks regarding the game have started to float around over the last couple of days, claiming the game will run on an improved version of the RE7 engine, aims for 4K 60fps performance on the PS4 Pro, and will feature an over-the-shoulder camera view similar to Resident Evil 4. RE2 Remake is one of my most anticipated games, period. RE2 is an all-time classic, and Remake is the greatest remake of all time. So if they approach RE2 with the same level of respect that the original remake did with the original Resident Evil, I need it! Next is another title that has been in limbo and for the last couple of years heavily rumored by many trusted sources close to Capcom, and that is Devil May Cry 5. Remember that year when Square randomly showed up to Sony's press conference and announced not only Final Fantasy 15, but also Kingdom Hearts 3? Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm expecting here. Don't let me down, Capcom.
From Software's new game.
Jeff Keighley managed to get this massive teaser to premiere on his Game Awards show in December of 2017. From Software's new game. Is it Bloodborne 2? Is it Demon's Souls 2? Is it a completely new IP? This was a teaser in every sense of the word, and we have heard absolutely nothing from since this teaser was aired. I think E3 2018 is the time that we find out what this game really is exactly. I'm personally going to go with Bloodborne 2. The first Bloodborne was released in March of 2015 and for many remains the finest game in the PS4 library. From Software hasn't released a new game since Dark Souls 3 in March of 2016, so the timing is definitely right for a Bloodborne 2 reveal at E3 2018 and a probable release in March of 2019. Whatever it is, I'm excited. From Software is one of the best in the business, and I'll always be hyped to see what they have to share next. Okay, so those are 5 of my big expectations going into the show. But before I wrap this video up, I put together this quick rapid fire of a bunch of other exciting known PS4 titles that will probably be at the show. Or possibly be at the show? Maybe? Just roll the damn clip.
Rapid fire!
To sum things up, Sony is in a great position coming into E3 2018, and amazingly, they should be in an even better position coming out of E3 2018. The firepower that they have from their first-party teams is just ridiculous, and the third-party support looks to be great as well. It would not surprise me one bit if Sony walks out of E3 this year as the winner in the eyes of many. So that's it for today. In the coming days, I'll have video previews put together for Microsoft and Nintendo going into E3 2018, so please hit that like button if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to my channel because I plan to have a ton of E3 coverage that you will not want to miss. Also, let me know in the comments below, what do you want to see out of Sony at E3 this year? Do you agree or disagree with my 5 main points in this video? And did I miss anything? Let me know, guys, and until next time, thanks for watching and take care.